I I might be surprising people because I actually made it on. So let me get something to drink. But I got over here and got set up so quickly, I thought, let's try it. So I'm in my camper, as you can see. And might not get any people, we'll see. I bet you that's my Bonnie. Bonnie's wonderful. Bonnie is my sister I never knew I had, and I love her. So let's see who it is. Who is the first person to chat with me? Well, I don't know. Does that help? I can't. It is kind of dark because I'm facing the window. You know what I might have to do is turn this around. Charlotte! Oh my gosh! Oh, Charlotte. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Oh, hi, sweetheart. How are you? Nana's at the retreat. It's so good to know that you're on there. Oh, I'm trying to. This is great. Yeah, I passed on my way here today. I passed your road exit, and it was so hard not to turn off and come see you. Mama and, oh, my Becky and Evan are there too. Hi. Oh, this is great. Y'all are the only ones here, I think. No, it says two other people might be here. Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm so excited. I got here and got my stuff loaded over in the room just fine. And Mark drove the RV, no problem. And, well, we do have one problem. I'll show you this. Do you see that? What that is, that he was pushing up the blinds and one of the nylon strings that make them work popped. So now we have a pair of barbecue tongs holding the curtain up. And I wanted to try to let it down so it wouldn't be so bright. But when I did that, if I did that, who knows how kaflooey it would go. So, oh, it's so neat to know y'all are on there. Okay, so it did help turning on the overhead. I was even wondering if I could kind of get around to the end of it. And if some of my ladies come on, I might give them a little tour of the place. And it's always good to do it the first day camping because the place is still nice and tidy. But I real quickly, said, what can I do with my hair? And throw a little bit of makeup on and see if I can't do a live stream. But I'm hoping some of my quilter friends are on here. I think they might be a little quiet right now. So, but I'm excited. The retreat starts Tuesday. I come over early because Mark has to help me. I have to take a car to take all my sewing supplies in, and then he brings over the motorhome, sets it up for me, and then he takes the car and drives back home. And so once I'm here, no matter how cold or rainy it is, I have to walk all the way to the retreat hall. And it's a good quarter mile at least. It's a good little hike uphill. So, Sonia's here. Hello, Sonia. Did you by chance get your package, Sonia? Because I heard Bonnie got hers. I was very excited. But I'm excited. I got my stuff moved over to the dining hall, and they must have had a big group, a youth group. So, unfortunately, I couldn't set it up, but I put it over in a corner so that when they do their cleaning and stuff, it doesn't get in their way. But let's see. You did get your package. Yay. Good, good, good. I was hoping so. And you know, Sonia, I'm not going to say what your address is because, you know, we're careful here. But I noticed that you're close enough. If you ever want to attend our retreat, we'd love to have you, girlfriend. So it's a lot of fun. We hold the retreat from Tuesday through Sunday. And it's a time where we offer games and activities just for fun, but it's all voluntary. This is your retreat. You can take a nap. You can take walks. You can just sit and sew and not talk to anybody, or you can cut up and play with the rest of us. But, Kimberly Smith from Maryland. I used to live in Maryland, hon. I lived in Leonardtown, Maryland, kind of near Lexington Park, south of Waldorf. In fact, we saw a beautiful show the other day about the Chincoteague ponies. And it's not called Chincoteague, it's called Chincoteague. I never knew that, and I was raised in Virginia. But, oh, my bird's talking to me. But she's not sure where we are right now, so she's a little concerned. But anyway, they showed a little girl who managed to be part of the Feathers program, which is for very deserving children who are capable and able to take care of a Chincoteague pony. They give them one. And she was from Southern Maryland. And Becky, it was so neat because normally what she does to earn some stable space is she works for a draft team. And it's probably some of the tractor pulling teams that are up in Southern Maryland. And I thought, oh my gosh, I used to live in Southern Maryland for 21 years. So you're in Western Maryland. Oh, honey, Western Maryland's beautiful. Right now, I'm in Denton, North Carolina. And it's a little southeast of Lexington, North Carolina, where the home of the world's best pork barbecue. And, but I'm in kind of a little bit of Western North Carolina normally. Oh, my Polly. My Becky has a beautiful standard white poodle, and she's smart as a whip. I call her Becky. Who is that? Who do I say she's like? I forgot her name now. But Polly and I don't know what it is. We have this grandmother-granddaughter bond. And when I come over, I have to say hi to her first outside. She gets so excited. She can't control herself and she piddles. But she's a wonderful dog. And I just love her. And I'm so excited because next week I get to babysit her. So she's going to be with me all week and I can't wait. Taylor Swift. Yes, she's the Taylor Swift of the dog world because she's tall and thin and gorgeous and a little flighty. But she's smart as a whip. She just gets all excited. So you're from Petersburg, Virginia. Kim Smith? Ah, that's great. Oh, my gosh. Well, Kim, you want to come to a retreat? We're having a retreat this week. Petersburg, I drive through Petersburg on the way up to see two of my kids that are still in Maryland. And so that's neat. Oh, that's right. You're Western Maryland now. Darn it. But you're from Petersburg. I love Petersburg. Lots of history. Not too far from Richmond. And Petersburg's a lovely area. But I'm sorry, I forgot. Now you're in Western Maryland. But next year, if you want to drive, we'd love to have you. Taylor Swift of the dog world. Yeah, that's my Polly. I wish you could see her. She's as pretty as can be. And she has a tiny little miniature poodle sister. Is she toy poodle maybe or miniature poodle? I think toy poodle. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, Maisie. But Maisie's her sister, and Maisie's exact opposite of Polly. And she's very much her mama's dog and my daughter's dog, Toy. Okay, she's a toy poodle, and she's all of maybe 7-8 pounds. And she adores my daughter and my grandchildren, but she doesn't want anything to do with the rest of us. So she doesn't understand why we have to come over and bother her. So she's a cutie. But one day, you have an RV? Well, what we do is this place is called Camp Walter Johnson. Wonderful place. Salvation Army runs it. And let me tell you, I feel very special about Salvation Army because they are there for so many people. And in this day and age, people still need all the help they can get. And so this camp was donated by a man who was helped by the Salvation Army during World War II when he was a soldier, and he was very homesick and far away from home. So when he got older, he had no one to leave his farm to, so he left it to the Salvation Army. And they've turned it into the most wonderful youth camp. They do all kinds of church groups, whatever, but and I'm not a religious person, but I love what they do. They bring in very deserving children here for constant summer camps, give them a view of something else in the world. And like they've told me, for some of these kids who come to camp during the summer, they get the only meal that they would get that day. And so they do such good work. So we're able to come here as a retreat, and the money we generate in lodging and meals and donations helps support their program. So it's a win for everyone. So, but next year, please keep up in touch. In fact, if you want to join our Yahoo group, in that way I could let you know when the retreat's going to be, and we'd love to have you join us. The rooms are only $74 a night. If you share with someone, it's half that, and you only pay for the meals you want. There are no other fees. I do this just because it's fun. So there are no kind of, any kind of fee. We just meals and food, and you can bring your RV. In fact, unless, pardon me, but unless they raise the rates, the campsites are only $18 a night, and they have maybe 5-7 campsites, but they have lodges too for people. So I love bringing my home away from home here. So. But anyway, let me give you our time to quilt. Our time to quilt at twc.com. Now, I don't know how clear this is coming through, but I was tickled I could do a live stream. And I want to tell everyone out there, okay, and I want to tell everyone out there, we are going to have a live stream from the retreat in progress Saturday at 2 p.m. So if you have any time this Saturday, you'll get to ask questions and see live time what a retreat is like. They have a huge dining hall. It's about 80 by 100 feet, has a huge window wall that overlooks the pond. We eat at one end and we sew at the other. I mean, can it be any better than that? So, okay. If you may, Kim, want to shoot me an email in case I can't grab your address well enough, but we would love to have you. Bonnie's here. Yeah, my Kiwi came with me. She rode in her little travel cage in the car while Mark took that travel cage. Travel container, travel cage. And Maisie she's such a snob. Yeah, she's just smart. She's discriminating, Becky. Little toy poodle, and she's beautiful red. So gorgeous this time of year. Although be careful in leaf piles. You might lose her. But she's like, I have the people I love in my life. I don't need anyone else. Okay? Move on. And Polly's like, oh, God, I love you. So they're a fun bunch. They're a fun bunch. So, Bonnie, I'm so glad you're here. One day I'm going to get Bonnie here. Bonnie would have to travel a long way, but wouldn't you love to see Bonnie here at the retreat with us? She's so wonderful. But I tell you, I was telling my daughter and her children are there on the stream. And I pass the exit. I get off to go to their house, and I've been missing them lately. They're so busy. I've been so busy, and I miss my babies. So hopefully when we get past this retreat and they're going to go see her husband's family for Thanksgiving. They kind of do a Thanksgiving/Christmas. And then maybe I'm going to grab her and hold on tight. She's been doing some wonderful teaching lately. And you know what she realized is teaching high schoolers is counseling as well as teaching. And I'm just so happy those kids have her. She truly cares about the kids that she teaches. And the sad thing is sometimes with these kids, there aren't enough people out there that truly care about them. So there you go. November 30th. What's November 30th? Oh, yeah, but the dog. And you know what? Let me keep Polly. Come on home from your Thanksgiving thing. Don't worry about getting her on the way home. Just get home and relax. That's quite a hike. Y'all drive, what, at 9 hours one way? It's a lot of driving. So, anyway, so would you like a tour of my camper? And I do want to say, this is a 13-year-old camper, believe it or not. But when you buy a motorhome, and this is a diesel motorhome, they're built better than the gas engine ones. And a diesel engine runs kind of forever. And so what you do if you're on a budget like we are, yes, okay, I'll give you a tour. If you're on a budget like we are, what we do is buy a used one. This one only had 17,000 miles on it when we bought it, and it was in perfect condition. But now, understand that it is 13 years old. So today when Mark was trying to open these blinds, they have this really interesting, hard to use double blind system. One is light filtering and the other is a dark one. He went to push it up and one of the nylon strings that does this incredible origami method of curtains broke. So here we have a lovely RV, and the blinds are being held up with a tongs, barbecue tongs. You know how I always show you the good and the bad of my quilting? I show you that with the motorhome too. So there we are. All right, guys, let me see what I need to do to walk around. All right, so here is, well, let me turn this around so I can see what I'm showing you. All right, so there's the steering wheel. I have my little umbrella hanging on it. There's the captain's chair, and this is the other chair, and there's the narrow little door to go outside. And that's one of the reasons I can't bring my sewing supplies in here, the ones I need for retreat, because I could never get my huge chair in a sewing chair and all the tubs, because that's not a very wide door. And there's, you remember my mystery quilt? Well, it has been quilted. So I'm going to work on that tonight and then get ready to bind it during the retreat. But I think it came out pretty good. And you know, I'll show you my mistakes as well as the things I like about it. So this is going to be a little tricky, but I will find a way. But just, I apologize ahead of time. I have my couches covered because they're some kind of really soft vinyl, but honey, it makes my skin stick to it. So I put sheets on them so it's nice and comfortable. Here's the kitchen. This is the sink. This pulls out to make a countertop that it can extend out, which is important. And I just wanted to show you, we're real lucky. See that, how it jogs back? This entire wall is a slide. So there's the refrigerator. The stove is under there. Oh, you didn't see those Krispy Kreme donuts, did you? You didn't see those. And we have a convection microwave. and then a regular oven, which I've never used. But, you know, if I lived in it all the time, it would be a good thing. Okay, so that's that side of the living room. Then here is where I was just sitting, and this is the bigger sofa, and it's a pull-out sofa bed. And this here and the dining table is another slide. And let me tell you, slides are wonderful because we have about 13 feet from outside wall to outside wall. So it makes a huge difference. I have a footstool here to put your feet up on. This cool little table is a raise up coffee table. And that's real helpful when like tomorrow, I'm going to be cutting out, my grandson's quilt fabric. So anyway, we have storage up here. Oh, and you see the TV on. Mark has a satellite finder thing. And so I'm getting live direct TV. So this is where I when I say camping, I'm a little bit embarrassed because this is not really roughing it. But so anyway, let's see. This is the dinette table. When we hope to travel around the country, and I think we might get a slightly bigger camper if we do that. And if we get a different one, I want to get a table and chairs because the older I get, the harder it is to slide into these benches. The knees just don't help. And then, as you can see, I brought my little girl, my Kiwi, and her beautiful, long, luxurious tail that's coming back in. I'm so tickled, thank goodness. Those of you that might not know, she kind of got to meet my dogs, and they kind of pawed her a little bit, and I wasn't in the room, and she dropped all her tail feathers, but she's better. So anyway, we have if you ever get a camper, I highly recommend this. We have a dehumidifier, and that really keeps the camper fresh and ready to go. But I don't think I'll need it now. It is cold here. So my trash can, and I already showed you my fridge and my freezer. Now, I've got to hold this computer. We'll see how far I can get. Ooh, better turn some lights on. Okay. I think I'm going to have to unplug the camera. Let's see if I can get some lights on. I'll show you from this angle. So it's right good. You know, I mean, I'm sure it looks bigger to you than it really is, but it looks pretty good. All right. Now, here is, let me get a light on. Here is the bathroom. And I do like, here's the shower. There's the bathroom sink, cabinets. Here's a set of dresser drawers. If we were going to have a washing machine in here, that's where it would go. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Here is, whoops. Here's the bathroom. Necessary thing there. And there's cabinets over here. I probably am making you nauseous, and I do apologize. Here is the bedroom, and it's a slide. So that makes it very convenient. Nightstands, closet. Oh, no, you see me? And windows, and there's a TV there. And these are all storage cabinets. And where the mirrors are, oh, it's a wall of closets. So now I will back out. And all right. I think that, whoa, boy, that made you sick, didn't it? You won't believe it. I've got all this cord around, and I'm walking around with all of it. So let me see if I can set up over here. Look here for a moment until I get the light turned off that I need to, okay? Enjoy the view. Okay. Hopefully I didn't make you too sick. Uh-oh, auto power off. What happened? Okay. Let me get the camera plugged back in. Hang in there, guys. Don't give up on me. Okay. I wondered how I was going to do that. You know, I'm going to have to figure when we do a live feed what I may do. Hello. What I may do at the... Okay. Are you there? And is everybody okay? I hope nobody's in their bathroom throwing up because I made them nauseous. But I'm going to sit on this side and see, it's nice. This one works now. That one still works. I don't have to prop it open with a barbecue tool. Whoa, with a barbecue tool. And Becky, is my Becky still there? Knitting Fox Montana. Hi, darling. You know how you made me that big shoulder wrap rice bag? Well, I had a problem. I almost broke my lens. I think I dinged it at one point. But I had a problem with this tripod being tipsy. So I cut off one of those channels of the rice bag you made for me. And it's the perfect holder. It keeps my camera stable. I haven't had it fall over one time since I used it. So in fact, let me show you. My daughter was so smart. She made us all these rice bags. And it was like 5 of these sewn together. And so I cut it and zigzagged it. And it's perfect now. I put it on my tripod for my camera. And it keeps me from breaking my camera. So anyway, hello. How are all of y'all? You were frozen in your husband's man cave. I don't know if y'all are all, pretty much everybody getting, I mean, are you cold? It has been awful here. But I'm so glad to see you. Most of the people who come to the retreat stay in the lodges. But since I run the retreat and I do the games, so many of the games and activities, I get exhausted and I have to have a getaway. And for me, this is better than being in the lodge. I don't have to talk to anybody. Also, they don't have bedroom TVs in the lodge. And I like my TV before I go to bed. But I find that when I come back here to the camper, it's my own little world. And I need that. I need to recharge my batteries before I head over the next day. So let me see. You went outside and turned into a popsicle. Oh, yeah, be careful. What was it? It's colder than a witch's titties out there. So I'm so tickled. We've got 9 people here. It was so funny. I feel like I gave Mark the bum's rush. You know, he set everything up so beautifully, and I started plugging in my lamps and, you know, doing all the pretty little things. And he got it all physically set up. And then I'm kind of like, okay, I started hooking all this up. He said, well, I guess I better go. Okay, bye, hon. No, I told him, thank you so much. And, you know, he quietly goes about, his love language is service. And so he quietly goes about making everything that I can think of and dream up. He quietly makes it happen. I'm very, very lucky. So, supposed to get in the 20s in Texas? Oh, no. In a brass bra. Oh, I haven't heard that one. That would be cold. Brass bra. Oh. No. But, yeah, you know, it really makes me angry because a couple weeks ago it was 89 degrees here. This is not fair. And I tell you what, we better pay attention to climate because this whole thing of the the storms that are so ferocious, so different, and the sharply fluctuating temperatures. I worry about wildlife, and it's weird. It's very weird. So anyway, let me see. I'm going to make sure to let Mark know. I told him, I said, but hon, this is so great. You get to go home and it's quiet. You don't have me chitter chattering away. And he said the first 24 hours is wonderful, and then it gets too quiet. So, but it's so funny when I go back home Sunday, I have to remember, and this is hard for me, girls. I have to remember to just slow down and not talk his ear off, because he's been in the quiet. And I noticed that when he came back from his motorcycle trip, I had a quiet house to myself. So anyway, yeah. So what are y'all working on? Oh, and knitting. Remember too, Mark is my second go around. I was the kind who was going to marry for life, but I tell you what, at 48 years of age, all of a sudden I started all over again. But it's been wonderful. We've been together 14 years, so it's been very nice, very nice. We got lucky because we said, this is it. We're together until toes are up. You know what I mean? This is it. Until I leave the house, toes up. You know, we're settled where we are. Charlotte, you're writing a script for YouTube video. Wonderful. My granddaughter Charlotte and my grandson Evan. Hi, Evan. They are so talented, and they love making videos. And they're funny. They're hilarious. And yeah, some marriages can seem like a lifetime. Yes. In fact, you know what? What seemed like the end of my world at one point was really the best thing that ever happened. So sometimes you don't know when to say done. But anyway, but I tell you, my grandkids, if they put out a video, I'll let you know about it, because they are so good. They put out one or two this summer, but their father is very talented and loves theater, and they just have this, you know, music talent. My granddaughter Charlotte plays the clarinet, and beautifully. I mean, just talented. And so I'm really lucky. We've got a fun family. They can think of all kinds of things to do. They know almost all the words to Hamilton, and they'll sing them for you too. Be careful. So I tried to get them into 1776, that musical. And because, you know, boy, you should listen. They absorb this stuff like sponges. It's amazing. Oh, yes. Oh, that's cute. You're lucky you have a twin sister. Well, you know, I went to the doctor the other day, and she was asking how I've been. And I said, really happy. I've got this YouTube channel that I love, I adore. And it's been a breath of fresh air for me. And I said, I just got a little parrot. And I realized that the whole parrot thing can be